How cold is too cold for doing outside activities with your dogs? Hi, I'm Dr. Sean McPeck. I am the owner and CEO of Tier 1 Veterinary Medical Center. A lot of variables come into play here. One is the breed of the dog. Our northern breeds do a lot better, those Huskies, Malamutes, etc. Even the dogs are a little bit larger, have some excessive fur on them. Our Pyrenees and Newfoundlands and even the Bernese mountain dogs do very well. When we start to get some of our shorter haired breeds like our Vizslas and Weimaraners and German short-haired pointers, obviously they don't have the protection that's there and they become colder much faster. The other thing that comes into play is whether or not you're using any type of clothing. Are you using a vest? Are you using a full jacket? Are you using booties on your dogs? Because one of the biggest things we see is not only the ear tips of the dogs and cats getting frostbitten, but we also see paw pad injuries too. And one of the big signs that you can see just paying attention to the behavior, the body language of your dog is, are they shivering? One. Number two is lifting up of the paws. They will alternate putting the paws down as they get cold and trying to escape the contact of that cold from the ice or the snow. That's a great indicator that, hey, we need to get our dog warm and get them out of the elements. One of the other things that we see is some of our silky haired breed dogs, like our Springer Spaniels, for example. That hair is very prone to getting compact balls of ice up underneath the armpits and the groin, and it can become so obstructive that they become immobilized. Had many cases where people have heard their dogs yelping in the distance and they track down and find them just stuck. So being aware of that, breaking those down if you're out snowshoeing or hiking in the winter time, carrying a pair of booties with you in case you do get out there a ways and now your dog is starting to get really cold, carrying a vest or putting one on them. So ultimately you may have to carry them home. That can be pretty tough if you got a big dog. Yeah, and another aspect of winter weather, how long can I leave my dog outside? Again, dependent on wind chill, dependent on temperature, dependent on the breed of the dog. And so kind of a gauge is when you go outside, if you feel that bite on your skin from the cold weather, then you probably don't want to leave them out very long. Letting them out 10-15 minutes to go to the bathroom, move around, great. But as they become sedentary and they sit on that porch or they sit out on that lawn when you're not actively moving, that's when they can really start to be succumb to some of those cold weather injuries. Without any wind, -20 is where I would start to consider drawing the line of not leaving them out for an extended period of time. But again, it's breed dependent. Some breeds do great outside. We even see the mushers up here with their dogs. They curl up in a ball and they have a whole winter sheet of snow will cover them as they are resting in the snow and do great. But I wouldn't recommend that for a lot of the short-haired breed dogs. And even your smaller dogs, right? The smaller the body mass, faster they are going to be succumb to those cold weather injuries as they dump heat and take on cold. Obviously, as the bigger mass of the dog, they're going to be able to withstand that a little bit longer. Yeah, and some of the other variables that come into play with your dog being outside is, do you have any shelter for them out there? Do they have a dog house or some type of a shelter? Obviously, being insulated is a lot better. Having some type of bedding in there is going to be very important for providing that insulation from the ground, just sucking the heat out of their body. Do you have any type of heat source for them? So those are different things that come into play when we're talking about having our dogs outside during the winter months. I highly recommend you approach it with caution and observe your dog, making sure they are not getting too cold and making sure they have ample calories. If this is an outdoor dog that you are keeping outside a lot, making sure they have that caloric intake to keep that internal fire burning and keeping that body warm. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button and leave a comment. Do you leave your dog outside? What type of winter sports are you doing with your dog? What type of breed do you have that enjoys the outdoor winter activities? And subscribe if you want future content. Thanks.